Hello, everyone. For my social activist project, I like to speak about Cesar Chavez, a remarkable activist whose life and work addressed critical issues of cultural diversity, intersectionality, and systematic oppression. Chavez's legacy resonates deeply with the themes of racial injustice, social behavior, and cultural humility, making him an ideal figure for this reflection. Cesar Chavez was born in 1927 in Yuma, Arizona, into a family of Mexican American farm workers. Experiencing the grueling realities of agricultural labor firsthand, like poverty, discrimination, and exploitation, this sparked his lifelong commitment to social change. Chavez became an activist to challenge the injustices farm workers face daily, including unfair wages, unsafe working conditions, and lack of basic human rights. Chavez's primary focus was advocating for farm workers' rights. He co-founded the United Farm Workers Union in 1962 with Dolores Huerta, a pivotal organization that fought for labor reforms through strikes, boycotts, and negotiations. According to a blog posted by Cheryl Lederer, an educational resource specialist at the Library of Congress, Cesar Chavez, along with other labor organizers, created a farm workers union unlike any other in history of the United States. Although many deemed it an impossible task to organize such a union because of the failed attempts in the past, Chavez established the United Farm Workers Union, and its success created a historical movement that would bring awareness to farm workers' struggle and help bring social justice to the oppressed. His leadership in the Del Amo grape strike and the subsequent nationwide boycott of table grapes brought national attention to the plight of farm workers. Furthermore, in his speech, The Power of Nonviolence, he made at Ohio University, Chavez made it a point to state that there was no way we thought in which we could justify winning contracts and building a union at the expense of blood, even if it meant the blood of those who oppose. End quote. Chavez prioritized nonviolence resistance, drawing inspiration from Gandhi and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I personally find Chavez particularly inspiring because his activism embodied cultural humility and intersectionality. He didn't just seek economic justice, but recognized how race, ethnicity, and class intersected in the oppression of the farm workers, many of whom were Latinx and Filipino. His efforts were deeply shaped by his Catholic faith, his admiration of Gandhi's philosophy, and his first-hand experiences with discrimination. Chavez's strategies evolved significantly over time. Initially focusing on organizing local unions, he expanded his scope to include nationwide boycotts and hunger strikes to raise awareness and apply economic pressure on agriculture corporations. His hunger strikes demonstrated personal sacrifice and moral conviction, galvanizing public support and holding employers accountable. The matrix of oppression is evident in Chavez's work. For example, while advocating for labor rights, he also addressed the racial discrimination within the agriculture industry, where workers of color were disproportionately marginalized. Chavez worked alongside Filipino leaders like Larry Itlong, highlighting the importance of unity across cultural lines to achieve systematic change. However, his movement did face criticism for not adequately addressing gender disparities among farm workers, an area in which Dolores Huerta later worked to bridge. Cross-cultural psychology offers valuable insights into Chavez's advocacy. For example, his ability to connect with workers across linguistic and cultural barriers, speaking Spanish fluently, and understanding indigenous traditions enhanced his effectiveness. His respect for cultural diversity and emphasis on collective identity fostered solidarity, empowering farm workers to unite despite their differences. In conclusion, Cesar Chavez's legacy is a testament to the power of intersectional activism. According to an article titled The Story of Cesar Chavez, posted by the Union Farm Workers organization themselves, Cesar Chavez left our world a better place than he found it, and his legacy inspires us still. He was for his own people a Moses figure, the president declared. The farm workers who labored in the fields and yearned for respect and self-sufficiency pinned their hopes on this remarkable man who, with faith and discipline, soft-spoken humility, and amazing inner strength, led a very courageous life. He challenged not just labor exploitation, but also the systematic racism and classism embedded in the agriculture industry. His work demonstrates how addressing cultural diversity and overlapping forms of oppression can lead to transformative changes. As we reflect on his life, let us carry forward his lessons of unity, humility, and relentless advocacy for justice, ensuring that the voices of marginalized communities are heard and respected. Thank you.